Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the power of dollar cost averaging. So we're going to look at dollar cost averaging Bitcoin. So here's the site, dcabtc.com. So if we go to the DCA settings on the left, so let's look at a sort of regular amount. Rather than doing it weekly, that seems kind of too much, a lot of hassle. Okay, so let's say we're going to do, say, $200. We do it monthly. Okay, more realistic. And let's just have a look at, say, 1 year. Okay, so if we look at the last year, starting a year ago, so we start putting in a year ago, we do it for a year. So clearly, over 12 months, we're going to put $2,400 in, and we're going to get, it says that our Bitcoin at the end of the 12 months is going to be worth $2,870. So if we dollar cost average, okay, and we don't bother about the dips and things like that, okay, we just put it in regardless every month at the same time, then we're going to still be up nearly 20%, which is much better than inflation. Okay, so that's really what you're trying to do all the time. You're trying to preserve your wealth. So if you do have money, you want to always try to be ahead of the curve. So in other words, you always want to be ahead of inflation. As long as you're ahead of inflation, then you'd be doing okay. So obviously it depends on which country you're in. If you're in Venezuela, then then maybe it's not so great. Okay, but I don't know. But 20% is usually pretty good. Let's have a look at it just for fun. What would happen if you went sort of 9 years ago? Okay, and you can see. So if you put in a $200. If you invested $200 every month for the past 9 years in Bitcoin, okay, you'd have put in 21,600, and you would have got out $2.9 million. Okay, so obviously that was a bit ridiculous because in 9 years ago we didn't have exchanges and things like that. So let's go a more realistic time frame. So let's sort of go back, say 2017. So let's go back, say, 5 years. Okay, 2017. Now let's go back 4 years because we're only just in 2022 now. So let's go back, say, 4 years. Okay, and let's so if you put in $200 a month, you still got a decent amount of return. 4 years, $200 a month. You've invested 9,600. And you get nearly $60,000 back. Okay, so if you look at it, look at where we've gone through these dips. Okay, so we still go through these dips, and it still takes into consideration that also where it's maybe sort of quite flat. Okay, where we've not had that much growth. Okay, so this is the whole point, dollar cost averaging. That it kind of smooths it all out. Okay, you don't get all the peaks and troughs, but over time, it just smooths it all out because you're just averaging. Sometimes you're going to be buying the dips, and sometimes you may be buying it at the top. But by doing it in every month, okay, you're averaging out your earnings. So you're not getting sky high earnings here where you're buying it at the bottom, let's say, and it goes up. But also, you're not getting the massive losses where you bought it at the top, and then you're having to hold on to it here, and you're losing out. So that's the whole point of dollar cost averaging. So this is dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, but you can also do it with all other things. Okay, you know, your Solana, Link, you know, whatever coin you want to choose, you dollar cost average it. Okay, and it should work out in the long run. It should work out decent for you. Okay. Maybe you're not going to get massive gains, but you're not also going to be holding on to massive losses by DCAing. Okay, and it takes the stress out of investing by DCAing. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today, DCAing. Hope that's been useful to you.